Hi everyone, I've got another process video for Lollipop Box Club, this time using the Sprinkle Joy November kit. So I've already made one layout with this kit so far, and now I'm going to create my second project. And this time it's going to be a bit of a festive one. So I'm just pulling out all the bits and pieces that I've got left and thinking about what I might want to use for this page. So I'm going to use a white cardstock background. Again, I'm going to use the Basil Swiss dot in white. First, I'm going to use the postcard that was in this month's kit as kind of my photo mat. And distress the edges. I really like kind of the distressed, painterly look that this has got. So I really wanted to use that to base my photo on. So I'm going to use this kind of coloured, busy patterned paper as a bold section on my layout. And in order to get this to cover a 12 by 12, what I do is just kind of line it up and try and make sure that they fit together. So if you look really closely at it, you'll see that the kind of the pattern doesn't line up, but from a distance it's not too noticeable, and once you've got the photo and the embellishment on the layout, you won't notice at all. So I've added that, and what I'm going to do is just tear the opposite side of the page and add some of that patterned back paper to the background as well. But before I do that, I decide I want to add some paint to this layout, and I pull out my Cambella Brain Freeze paints that I used on the previous layout as well, and I love this absolutely beautiful kind of gold shiny glittery blue colour, so I'm going to add some of that. So I've just added it to the edge of that torn piece of paper, and then I'm going to add some splatters and then add a strip of paint kind of under where the torn edge of that other piece is that goes down my page. A lot of this does end up covered up, but I do like how we can see it peeking out under sections of the layout. And as I did with the opposite side, I'm adding a few splatters of paint. I'm working out where I want to put my photo. I'm going to create kind of a embellishment cluster around my photo mat, and then that's going to sit on my background. So I'm just pulling out some of the pieces from the kit. So I've added on a gold glittery tag, some of that geometric patterned paper, and then this cute gingerbread man die cut piece. And I'm just cutting out some of the cut apart pieces. So I've cut out half a square tag piece and that word that says joy. I've got these bright blue star tickets as well, so I'm just layering up lots of different elements on that left hand side before adding the word joy to the top right hand corner. So as I did previously with my other layout, I'm just going through and pulling out these words to use as different areas of embellishment. I'm playing around with the different die cuts to work out which ones might go well on this layout. So I'm just adding that star piece on some foam pads. It's quite easy to just create a kind of clustered piece of craftiness that you can then add to a background page that you've already half created, and you'll see it soon brings it together. I'm just cutting out some of the strips of patterned paper here to use on my page. So I've gone with the kind of green trees on the pink background, the white stars on the blue, and then there's like a little red strip as well. And I've got those that say Sprinkle Joy today and this was so fun. Just distressing the edges of them, and you will actually see that the end piece only has the tree strip on, I think. So now my background is dry, I can bring it over and start to build the layout, and you can see as soon as you put that cluster with the photos on, it soon starts to come together. So I'm just chopping up that strip of paper to use it on the bottom of my photo. I'm just sticking that straight down on the layout. But before I add anything else, I want to add this pom-pom trim in kind of a baby pink colour, just tucked under that torn edge of patterned paper, overlapping the blue metallic paint that I've added. And because I've got that photo mat down already, I don't need to add the pom-pom trim all the way across the layout. So not only does it kind of reduce the bulkiness of the layout, it also means that I've got some pom-pom trim left over in my kit to use elsewhere. So I'm just going through the sticker sheet now and working out what stickers go with my layout and where I might want to put them. So because this layout's got a gingerbread man sticking out of the background, with the candy canes, I decided that it's a perfect opportunity to use these gingerbread men stickers from Mrs. Brimble's. So I'm just cutting out some of the cut apart sheet and working out whether I want that piece there, but I do feel like it feels a little bit too square and then like it's sticking out to start with. So I move it around quite a lot before deciding on a different area. So I'm just building up those areas of clustered embellishments, adding different bits of patterned paper or stickers, and those trees have made another appearance. And I keep trying to use them in different places, but nothing seems to work to start with, and then I decide to just make it a little bit smaller and tuck it under the gingerbread man's feet there. And then I'm left over with one little square of Christmas tree, so that's going to go on the right hand side, so that I've got a repeat of that tree paper. So I'm just looking again at those stickers from Mrs. Brimble's, and I'm pulling out all the Christmas tree type stickers and using them in and around the clusters of embellishment. Particularly starting to build up that one on the right hand side where the torn edge is. Just added that second gingerbread man to that little cluster on the right hand side just to pull it all together. And then to finish off this layout, I feel like it needs a title. I hadn't got anything in this month's kit that I felt really worked with what I was wanting to say, so what I have done is pulled out an acrylic word from Pear Tree Cut Files just to use as my title, and it's a word from last year's Christmas collection, and it says together. So I'm just using glossy accents to stick that down to my page, and I feel like it bridges the gap between my photo and that area of embellishment on the right hand side. I'm going to finish off by adding some small strips of that thin sprinkle type washi tape that we got in the kit. It really just adds a little pop of gold here and there, so it's just a little accent in all the areas of embellishment that I've used. So it works really well as a repeating pattern. So I'm just adding some of the miniature buttons, and then I finish off by adding some journaling under my title. Thanks for joining me on YouTube today. Check out the description in the links below to get your hands on a Lollipop Box Club kit. There's one-offs and a subscription.